Hi, welcome to this Wednesday brunch Dharma, 13th of May. Today I'm going to continue to talk about feelings, a bit more detail about feelings, which is the second Khanda, the second aggregate of the five Khandas. Now, we know that there are two kinds of feelings, First is feelings that are associated with the body and feelings that are associated with the mind. Now, body feeling, when we feel something with the body, it's usually either pleasant or unpleasant. It's seldom neutral. We take it as pleasant or unpleasant. Whereas mental feeling comes under three categories. It is pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. Now, how do we know that there is body feelings? Well, most of you who have practiced meditation will find out that after you've been sitting for a long time, your legs become numb. And when your legs become numb, you cannot walk. You cannot even feel the sensation of the feet touching the ground. So you cannot stand up. So in that sense, there is no feeling in that leg, which is numb, because the body sensitivity is not working. Right? There is still body consciousness, but the sensitivity of the body is not working. So there's no contact and there's no feeling in there. No matter what you do, you have to just wait for the blood to flow back before you get the sensitivity of the body back, and then the feeling of your body, sometimes a few minutes. So we know that there are certain parts of our body, when the blood is restricted, we have no body sensation. Mental feelings, we all know there is mental feeling, emotions and everything. Now the thing is, how do you divide between mental feeling and body sensation? When you have a pain in your leg, how much is it body sensation and how much is it mental feeling? We know, we have come across, meditation, for most of us, that sometimes we feel the pain and then sometimes the pain disappears, right? So it can disappear because it's a mental feeling, or is it because it's a body feeling? Now this is something which every meditator has to investigate. They have to find out for themselves. They have to let the heart or the mind see for themselves the nature of the pain. Where is the pain? Is it in the body or is it in the mind? Right? So that's something to investigate. It is not about knowing the answer. It is about seeing the pain, seeing clearly whether it is in the body or it is in the mind. Where does the pain arise from? Where does it disappear? So there is an answer to that, right? But the point is not to reach the answer. The point is to see the rising of the pain, and it disappears, whether it's in the body or whether it's in the mind. And you want to differentiate the difference between body pain and mental pain. Most of us will know that there are mental happiness. Now, that we know is purely mental. There is another pleasant feeling that arises in the body when we do meditation. And that's related to the body. And that is piti, joy. When we sit in meditation, we get this joy arising. And this joy is in the body. You feel a tingling sensation, a rippling of joy in the body. So you come to know that you can generate a body feeling through your meditation. And this joy, this pity of the body is quite important as well, because it helps to heal your body when your body is tired. And if you are skilled in the practice of jhanas, then you try to sit in the second jhana, where joy is prominent, and heal the body. And there is the other feeling is called the happiness of mind, sukha. And that's useful as well. When you have mental fatigue, you want to erase that mental fatigue, then you stay in the third jhana and refresh your mind. Now, after we have investigated the painful feeling in our body, then we want to see the feeling that arises in our mind. Things to investigate is to see the taste that we have. When we taste something, right? Is it just a feeling that arises in the body, in the tongue, or is it also a mental feeling? Right? So you want to see that, and you want to see the arising, staying away, staying, and then it's ceasing. Another thing that you'll notice is that when you contemplate feeling, you find that you're able to pick what feelings you like, what feelings you to concentrate on. And I remember that when I was in Malaysia at one time, and then going into the shopping mall, and then the shopping mall was full of this smell of these Chinese herbs, and it's a complex, a smell. At first it smells terrible, because there's this smell that's around you. And then I could pick up a particular smell which I like, and then concentrate on it. And then just hold on to the smell. So we are able to do that, and we get used to it. People who eat chilies, they know that in the beginning they cannot tolerate chilies, or they don't like chilies. But they start eating more chilies if they're able to tolerate, the hotness of the chilies, and sometimes also like it. So whether you like a feeling, whether you pick a feeling, you have a choice on it. But once you pick on that choice, whether you like it or you don't like it, you're stuck with it. It is difficult to change. Because when you like something or dislike something, you have invested a lot of reason for liking something. Invested a lot of reason for disliking something. Right? Invested a lot of energy to pick out something that you like in this thing. Invested a lot of energy in picking up something you don't like. So it's difficult to change them. But it can be changed. There are people who enjoy feeling pain. Yeah, there are people who do that. And they do that by converting the pain into joy. They can do that. And that's the reason for it. The reason is towards the end. When you come to know the body sensation, you will come to know that it always starts with an energy. That's all. An energy, a sharp energy. And how you interpret the energy depends on your mind. Like for example, you put an ice cube, on your skin. You find, it's nice, it's cool, right? But then that feeling can change from cool and nice to something painful. You see, just the same ice cube, right? But the mind changes. You listen to a piece of music, you like it, right? After listening to it for 3 or 4 times, you may get bored with it. Maybe after 20 times, you start hating it, right? Well, that's all up to the mind. I've put emotions that we feel under this Vedana. Things like anger. When anger arises, you want to watch it. You want to be mindful of it. And another thing to do is to find out where it arises from. Where does it start? How does it progress? You need a lot of mindfulness to do that, but you can catch it. As soon as you catch your anger, the anger disappears. But you can stay with the arising of the anger. You'll be surprised from which part of the body the anger starts from. Well, you have to be in a situation where you're provoked, where the anger arises. So if you want to test, find out more about it, then you got to put yourself in that situation. Go and mix with the people who annoy you, So that's one way of practicing Dharma as well, to find out, the cause of this defilement and see how this anger arises as well. So there's a lot of work, to do regarding feeling, because feelings are very important in our practice. Every time we see something, we always put in it the feelings regarding that thing. And it stays. When we see somebody, if we have a neutral feeling towards the person, we don't remember them. But invested feelings of liking, we've invested, like something about a person, right? And then we remember. Then people we don't like, we pick up something we don't like, and then we invest in that disliking. Don't like about this person because of his nose or eyes or the way he talked or how he sounded. So it's the same thing. Everything that we have kept in memory is always associated with pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, hate, love. There are certain things, when we are in a certain situation, and in an event where there is a very, very strong traumatic feeling, then that stays with us. It is our nightmare. Or in certain professions, or when you're involved in an accident, or if you're a soldier and you are in a traumatic situation, that becomes what they call a PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, PTSD. Now that is something that is kept within you, and things trigger that out, Same thing with your strong memories of something is associated with feeling. When you come to contact with something that reminds you of that situation, it will come out with that feeling. Maybe for some people, it's just by being in the dark places, it brings out this fear of ghosts, because they have been watching ghost stories, movies, hear stories about it. So the only way to get rid of these unwholesome memories and feeling is to work on the feeling. And the only way to change those feelings is to change your interpretation of what's happening. Right? It is your interpretation of what's happening that causes these traumatic feelings to arise. It's much more complex than that, but you have to see it. So where do we go with these feelings? Where does it end? It ends with just liking and disliking. That's it. It doesn't carry on to craving or aversion. Right? So when you reach the end of the practice with feelings, you come to like something and dislike something. And that liking and disliking is not strong enough to push it towards craving or to push it towards aversion. Because you've understood it. You've understood all the aspects of it. Not just one aspect. All the aspects. Where it comes from. How you interpret things. How feelings in itself is impermanent. It arises, it stays, and it goes away. How feelings itself is anatta. It doesn't have any substance. It is something that's associated. We have associated with an object. And the aspect that if we hold on to this liking and disliking, it goes on to craving, which is suffering. It goes on to aversion, which is suffering. So when we come to the end of the practice of feeling, we clearly understand these three characteristics that is in this feeling. When we see clearly this, three characteristics of anicca, dukkha, anatta, and feeling, then we become disenchanted. It's not something useful, it's something harmful. Just like the Buddha says, it's a piece of hot coal. We do not want to grab on it. Our heart is wise to it. Our heart knows it's like a piece of hot coal, so we don't grab onto it. We just arise, let's see it arises. If it's good feeling, yeah, we can enjoy the good feeling and let go. If it's bad feeling, yeah, we can even change it if we want to. So we become disenchanted with it because we have seen clearly for what it is. They are just feeling. When we become disenchanted, we become dispassionate towards it. We don't have any passion for it at all. Towards the feeling, we don't have a passion. We don't have any like or dislike towards this pleasant feeling. We don't have any like or dislike towards this unpleasant feeling. So you see it as an object. The good feeling is an object. The bad feeling is an object. We're neutral towards it. When we become dispassionate, then we are free. We are free from its influence. As you practice your meditation, and as you continue to do contemplation practice of the 5 khandas, which is anupassana, then you come to know other feelings. Feelings of peace, feelings of equanimity, feelings of loving kindness, compassion, joy in the joy of others, happiness, which is not obtained from the world. It is spiritual. And those sort of feelings are quite cool. It doesn't create a lot of agitation in your mind. Okay, now you've listened to this Dharma talk, you've gained the merit, you've understood it. Hopefully you practiced, investigated, contemplated, try to see feelings, see its arising, see its nature, where it comes from, where it goes back. And you gain more merit from the practice, from straightening your views. So now I'm going to chant the transference of merit, and you're going to transfer this merit to your departed relatives to get your daily bonus merit. Yatha varivaha pura paripurenti sadaram evam ito dinam petanam upakapati ichitam patitam tumham kipam ivasami jatu sabe purentu sankapa chandopanaraso yatha anijoti raso yatha sapidiyo vipajantu Barogo binasatu mate awanwantarayo suki digayuko bawa apiwatanasili sanicam buddha pacayino jataro dhammava danti ayuvano sukham balang bhavatu sabba mangalam rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanupavena sathasoti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalam rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanupavena sathasoti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba mangalam rakhantu sabba devata sabba sanghanu sathasoti bhavantu te